but it's not about creating order. It's clearly all about politics. He tried to use the military in June, and he got a big backlash. He had the airborne in Washington, D.C., and so he was using military force at the beginning of June, and there was a huge backlash from the generals. So he can't go that route. So now he's turning to basically kind of his shock troops, his border patrol, the folks who have been most kind of protective and most Trumpian in their approach. And what he's trying to do is foment conflict in this country. Now, because he believes that by fomenting conflict, he can prevail, or at least try and catch up in these elections. It's pretty clear that what he's doing is entirely illegal. Now, whether a court would determine that it's illegal, that's another matter. I mean, courts are political, so it depends which judge you would go in front of. But it's pretty illegal because he is basically trying to create order. He's not simply trying to protect federal courthouses. That, of course, the federal government can do, but that's not his agenda, and that's explicitly not his agenda, and that's not his rhetoric. He's not there simply to protect a federal building. He's there to create order. So in other words, what he's doing is he's policing in a militarized fashion, right. And that he cannot do unless he invokes the Insurrection Act of 1807 or tries some other legal method to intervene. But the arrests, for instance, that have taken place in Portland, when you look at them closely, you analyze them closely, most law professors agree there's no reasonable suspicion or probable cause to arrest many the folks who've been taken off by unmarked agents in unmarked cars. That was completely a violation of the Fourth Amendment. There's no question about that, I don't think.
I do agree that a lot of it is politics and spectacle. And from my and many other supporters' point of view, it's an encouraging sign, but a little bit too late. I think where I might qualify or even correct your previous speaker, I would like to draw attention to the fact that there's a deep ambivalence about this within the White House. And in fact, until quite recently, the prevailing strategy was one of just sit back and let these cities destroy themselves, in the thinking that, you know, the Trump voters and just regular American people would look at it and see what a disaster it was and then automatically vote for Trump. I think that was incorrect, and I think they're starting to realize that their advisors were wrong on that, and that in fact it looks weak and incompetent to allow cities, albeit left-wing Democratic cities, whatever, they're still in the United States, and it reflects poorly on leadership to allow this to happen. And so I think there is an ambivalence there that needs to be pointed out, and the idea isn't simply to sow discord. The discord is already there. The question is, as the leader, as the president of the United States, does it look good to simply allow these things to happen unanswered?